Welcome everyone. As you know, today we're on day 2 at the Malawi Scotland Partnership Cop26 hub here at Ufulu Gardens. Yesterday we started our launch. We kicked it off nicely. We had a big walk where we walked for about 7 kilometers to make sure that everyone else is aware of the Cop26 happening, so that we encourage people to watch what is being discussed at Glasgow by our world leaders. Today we're going to be following up from the youth leaders that attended yesterday and those who have followed through the discussions that happened yesterday and the presentations and statements made by leaders worldwide. So today we're going to hear their views and to see their expectations and what they want to get throughout these 12 days and how they want to incorporate this in our activities and the further discussions that they would want. We're going to be joined by Temanani Kaponda, a young leader from the northern region, who will also share with us her views from what she heard today. Temanani.
From today's speeches, especially from Jeff Bezos, he was talking about the private sector's contribution to climate change justice. He talked about finance, but what I was mostly interested in, he talked about companies finding solutions or alternatives which are climate justice based, unlike things that will damage our environment. So for example, he talked about maybe we could use solar panels instead of coal, and we could use other solutions or alternatives, unlike the ones which are damaging the planet. Apart from that, the president of Gabon also talked about how their country is contributing to the whole international community as a whole in terms of protecting their forests. They talked about how they deal with people who damage their forest and how they can fight against that. Although, however, I thought it was lacking a lot, maybe substance, because they didn't talk much, the presidents from Africa, they didn't talk much on how they want the international community to help them. For example, if they want restoration, or maybe conservation, or maybe we can change to food nutrition. So it was lacking that meaningful substance for me.
With me now, we're with Maxon Glue from Rumpi, the northern region from Malawi. From him, we would like to know, from the speeches that were made yesterday and today, does he think there's that political will? Does he think there's going to be a discussion continuing after this?
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak on the speeches which have been made. So first and foremost, I would like to say on political will, because some of the speeches they mentioned that there's need that kind of commitment and political will. So if the leaders they can be committed to climate change issues, I'm telling you, there must be a change, because the decision they are made by them. If they may be committed and implement whatsoever they planned in policies, I'm telling you, we can deal with these issues.
And now let me take you back to the COP hub that's happening here at Ufulu Gardens. Do you think the youth that are here are going to take this discussion further, as well as doing actions from the discussions that are being made?
Exactly, because the major aim of this COP hub, I mean COP26 hub, we need to know the message which the leaders what they are discussing. Later on, we should delegate to our friends and put actions whatsoever that is going to be discussed. I strongly believe with the team that is with MaSP, they are going to implement whatsoever that we are being discussing. And I'm telling you, we have just started, but the fire that's it's in the hub is hot. I'm telling you, it shows that the people, they know what they're doing and what they're demanding to the leaders, which gives a picture that even they can go out there, they still practice and implement whatsoever that can bring a positive change as far as climate change is concerned.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nguluwe.
Thank you so much.
Here with me today at the Malawi Scotland Partnership Cop26 hub at Ufulu Gardens, I'm with Peter Mission, who is the young leader of the Malawi Scotland Partnership Young Leaders Project, who is based in Blantyre. Today we want to hear his views of what happened on the first day of the Cop26 hub, where leaders from the USA, Mozambique, Congo discussed and gave in their statements. So we would like to hear from him what he agrees on, what he took from those statements that were given.
All right, thank you so much, Ruth. Yes, I'm really happy to be here. Yes, today has been a nice day since the president from America, yes, Mozambique, DRC, they have presented their views on COP26. So yes, I agree with America because he said he will do much to assist climate issue initiatives. So this is really nice. But my view is we really need, like here in Africa, that we should utilize the resources we'll be given from these developed countries. So that's my like expectation. So I'm looking forward for these pledges that have been made by different developed countries leaders. Yeah, thank you.
With me here, we're with Dalit Sosudi, a 90-year-old young climate leader from Zomba, who has followed through the speeches that came from Boris Johnson, Joe Biden, leaders from Congo as well as Mozambique. She's going to tell us what her thoughts are on the statements that were made and what her expectations are that will happen during this Cop26 hub here at Ufulu Gardens.
Okay, as for me, when some presidents talked, I heard that presidents, they should encourage their people to avoid deforestation in their country. They should avoid deforestation in their countries, and they should avoid using some cars which uses fuels like petrols or diesels. Yeah.
My name is Timothy Mutari. I am MaSP young leader representing Nzuzu. Today we had a very exciting news where we are watching COP26 world leaders expressing how they will conduct their activities for the next years to come.
Looking at what they said, is it promising?
Yes, for some other presidents, world-class leaders, I can say it's so touching. Whilst others, it has been the very same news that they have been talking about. Like for Biden, he said, we need to take action now. So that's so promising that we can start now, not later.
Now, what are your expectations?
My expectations are that their promises, as they have articulated, that it will be done now, not tomorrow or the other day. So we're expecting changes to start now. And by the end of this COP26 meetings, we are expecting actions, and a lot of actions.
We're here with Jensisi Kadzua, who's going to tell us a brief about how the COP26 hub went through on the first and the second day.
Thank you, Ruth. So the hub went well. It's going well so far. As you know, yesterday we had our launch, which was very exciting. We had the parade, the launch parade, which was very colorful. It was fun. It was loud. We walked quite a lot, but it was also very exciting. We had Honorable Dr. Kaliati, who came to join us, who is the Minister of Gender. And we also had the Deputy British High Commissioner, Mr. David Pert, who joined us on the walk. And we partnered with ActionAid, NYNCC, organizations such as JCED. We had a very good launch, to be honest, and it was so encouraging to see so many young people come to participate. As for the hub itself, we've received such a positive feedback from it in terms of registrations and just people showing that they want to come up and they want to participate and they want to be part of the whole thing, which has been very encouraging. I just feel like yesterday we didn't do a lot in terms of watching the deliberations because of the launch and all of that. But today we've had we did a recap of yesterday. So we just went through what happened yesterday. As you know, we had the World Leaders Summit day 1 yesterday, and we sort of went through the speeches, especially the speech that was delivered by the COP president, which was very inspiring for the young people, as well as calling world leaders to action, and also talking about political will and commitment to climate change and climate action. And we had a discussion about that, and it's just been so inspiring, amazing, and also educating for me as well, just to learn from the young leaders and to hear their feedback on the speeches. It's amazing how so far we've had people come up, deliver speeches, and others they're being applauded, others it's not we need more. So there's that energy and that hunger from young people, especially who are here, to have young leaders, world leaders actually do more. And in terms of delivering, like the amounts that they're being pledged, they're not small amounts, they're big amounts, but a lot more can be done. There was a prime minister, her name is Mia something, I don't quite remember her name because it was kind of difficult, but her speech was very inspiring, and it was a huge hit with the young leaders here. So she was calling world leaders to action, to try harder, to do much more, to meet their commitments. On the $100 billion that was promised, she called them out and said, so far we're $20 billion short. So we need you to try harder, to commit more, because these are not resources that you can't mobilize. But because of the lack of commitment and the will, sometimes that's the thing that is kind of pushing it back a little bit. So today has been amazing, honestly, and just facilitating the sessions and hearing them firsthand has been awesome. And like at the end of, I'm definitely even now more curious to have the other young people come through and to also discuss some of the things. And at the end of the day, at the end of the 12 days, I know we're going to have something incredible to share with the rest of the team, Malawi, the world, and just to see what we've accomplished here with the Cop Hub.